It has been quite a week of stories and big news in the sport of wrestling, particularly college wrestling. And I'm going to start with some of the coaching changes, some of the transfer news, and a couple other tidbits, things to keep in mind as we progress through the offseason. Starting with the biggest news of the week, Thomas Gilman has officially left Oklahoma State University. He was there less than a year. He went with David Taylor and Jimmy Kennedy from Penn State to Oklahoma State, and then less than a year, Thomas has left. He went on Bashamania podcast, talked about the decision, saying it sounds like there was just friction with he and the staff. It sounds like he had great relationships with the athletes, but has made the decision to move on and to head back to the Nittany Lion Wrestling Club, a place where he trained for many years. He won a world title there. He won an Olympic bronze medal training at the Nittany Lion Wrestling Club. And Thomas was, and I said this throughout the saga of David leaving Penn State and going to Oklahoma State, is that Thomas was a coveted asset for both sides. And when he left Penn State, they definitely wanted him to stay. They want him to remain and potentially move him into a staff role there. Now, he goes back to the Nittany Lion Wrestling Club, kind of the ultimate compliment being paid there, that door was still open after leaving, and you wonder, hey, would he be welcomed back? And it sounds like he has been. Now, Thomas was not clear on, yes, I am competing, no, I'm not competing. He left the door open. My guess right now is that he will eventually compete, certainly not this year, it sounds like. So, big news there, and for, Oklahoma State coming off an amazing year, incredible progress, and incredible conclusion. Now they're looking for a replacement coach. And where do they look? Do they look within someone that's already in Stillwater? They got an RTC full of, very capable wrestlers that maybe are looking to step into the coaching game. If not, I'm certain there's going to be a lot of interested candidates. And do they look for a lightweight? Is that necessary? I'm not sure it is necessary given all the great lightweight bodies they already have there. They have Dayton Fix. They have Roman Bravo Young to go along with the college team of Troy Spratley and now Richard Figueroa, and you got Jax Forrest coming in next year. So they're going to have a lot of really quality lightweight bodies. I think they're probably just going to look for the best possible coach they can. And if they're lightweight, that's probably a bonus, but I don't think it's something they have to, hammer in or target on. A separate move, but one that may look related just based on the timing. Lee Roper joining the Cowboy Wrestling Club, Cowboy RTC. He is leaving UNI, so definitely shockwaves as he and Coach Schwab had been at UNI for some time. Lee had been there for 10 years and was one of the the central figures of that coaching staff, along with Coach Schwab. He had been there a long time, and then very close relationship with Parker Keckeisen, which the next question is Parker also going to join Lee Roper and head to Stillwater? That is not as clear, and obviously the friction or the tension there would be they already have Zahid Valencia, who's an 86, a guy who's stated clearly, I want to be the 86 guy, I want to win world title there, I want to win the Olympic title there. So it does create a little bit of some tension, issues, whatever you want to call it, if you bring in another really top-notch 86 kilogram guy. So I don't know how they're going to navigate that. Certainly it's something that can be navigated. We've seen it at the Nittany Lion Wrestling Club, where they had multiple Nittany Lion versus Nittany Lion matchups in the Olympic trials finals. So not uncharted territory for an RTC, but maybe a situation Coach Taylor and company want to avoid. So we'll see what Parker does. Certainly he's a coveted RTC member. He's a coveted potential coaching prospect. And that's the question with Parker. Does he want to coach? Does he want to just focus on training? And that'll largely determine what Parker Keckeisen does. But a great pickup for the Cowboy Wrestling Club. Lee is the man. He's someone I've known throughout working at Flow. Just a pure wrestling fanatic in the best sense of the word. So I think it's going to be a great fit there for Lee at the Cowboy Wrestling Club. Now, lots of portal stuff has been going on as well. I'm going to try to get you caught up on what just happened just this week. On Monday morning on FRL, AJ Ferrari came on and announced he was going to the University of North Carolina. This is a huge pickup for UNC and Coach Cole and staff. And the question will be, hey, does he go 97? Does he go heavyweight? My guess is 97. AJ was less concrete in declaring which weight he's going to go. I think he's a title contender at either weight class. You've also got Richard Figueroa. This is a huge pickup for Oklahoma State. Now, he's going from Arizona State, where he won a national title, not this year, but last. He's going up to 133, a weight class we haven't seen Richie compete at yet. So he's going to have to build himself up into that weight class to be an effective big 133. Now, effective is probably a bad word. He's going to be effective. He's going to be really good. Is he ready to win a national title in a weight that's going to have Ryan Crookham coming back, potentially Lucas Bird, Drake Ayala, and who does Penn State put out at 133? It could be Masa Ono. It could be Marcus Blaze, or they have Braden Davis, who we just saw finish very high at the NCAA tournament. So someone good from Penn State, no doubt about it, at 133. Just a matter of who. So it's going to be a deeper weight class next year, no question about it, especially at the higher end, in a weight that was already pretty deep to begin with. So a great pickup in a need weight for the Cowboys, who have been pretty fantastic in the portal this offseason, already adding Zach Ryder. But it breaks both ways, as Braden Thompson, who was the Cowboy starter last season at 174, has entered the transfer portal. He and Zach Ryder were likely going to be squaring off for that 184 spot, and it looks like Braden is not going to stick around and see how that would play out. Where he looks, I don't know. It could largely determine what weight class he views himself as, because he wrestled at 74. He's probably an 84, but could he get up to 197? And, based on that, it will determine what teams are and are not interested in Braden Thompson. But certainly a coveted recruit when he came out of high school, someone who won just about everything there was to win in high school, and now looking to follow up that high school success with collegiate success and trying to find a new home there. Rocky Elam, Zach's little brother, transferring from Missouri to Iowa State, going 197 there. Pretty tough back in there for the Cyclones, who are going to be really tough next year. They had a tough season, a lot of injuries. If they come back remotely healthy, they're going to be a top 10 team and a team that can push for a trophy, which sounds crazy considering I think they were outside the top 24 this year. But with the portal and the talent they already had there, they're going to be really good. Christian Carroll transferring from Iowa State to Wyoming, and then Max Mayfield from Northwestern to Missouri. So that's some significant movement all just this week. And then looming, we still have some of these guys in the transfer portal awaiting their decision. The biggest one, probably Lachlan McNeil from UNC's a 149-pounder, multiple All-American, just a stud for the Tar Heels, and now he's looking elsewhere. I believe it's Michigan. It could be Nebraska. It could be Ohio State. Or don't count out a return to North Carolina. I know the staff is continuing to recruit Lachlan McNeil. They're not writing him off as a lost cause. They would still love to see Lachlan land at UNC, as would the other three teams. And right now, Ohio State, I think, has a great shot, as does Nebraska. But Michigan has a great track record with transfers as well. Other big names, Ethan Miller. It sounds like it's sort of known where he's going to go. My guess would be Iowa State, but that's not I'm not breaking a story, just my guess at this point. TJ Stewart, sounds like he's staying in the ACC. He has not made his announcement yet, but I expect that's coming soon. Hunter Katka also for the Hokies. Big on two levels. One, he's a very large person, a heavyweight, but also I think the potential with Hunter Katka is really high, and I think another team outside of the Hokies could do really well for him. So he's a big pickup. Cody Chittum, sounds like he's going to Ohio State, although I don't think that's been announced. That would be my guess. Caleb Rachi, not determined. Jesse Vasquez for Arizona State, not yet determined. So some big names still in the transfer portal. But I want to give you a reminder. This thing is not going to slow down. Now, the names entering the portal, that may slow down. What is not going to slow down is the pursuit. And I want to remind you that the Zach Glazier, the Stephen Buchanan, the Ja'Cory Teamer, Kobe Seabrook, all those guys transferred August, September. So this is going to go right up till the season, right up till basically classes start. We could see these sort of transfers, this sort of movement. So it's going to be a long spring and summer of transfer rumors and actual transfers. It's going to shift the landscape. It certainly did for Iowa last year, and it could for other teams as well. So an amazingly busy week of news in college wrestling, and certainly some more stories to come. What do you think is the biggest news from this week in college wrestling?